Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Let's have some fun. Y'all stay tuned. So recently I made this really sweet little pencil case that I then modified to turn into a case that would also hold toiletries. But I fell in love with this Country Mouse paper. Absolutely just love it. It is just so cute. And I'm calling it a country mouse, maybe a field mouse. I don't know what it is. But it is the cutest and sweetest little mouse paper. So I decided I would use it again today on this project. So I used it to make this gorgeous stationery set, complete with the little mouse on the back wrapped around to the front, and then I used some coordinating papers to tie it all together. And inside we have 50 sheets of writing paper wrapped in a coordinating belly band. And so I'm going to place it back on the inside, and you can see just how pretty this is. And so this is just a fun and great little way to have pieces of paper at your fingertip when you need them. You can change out the papers on this and use this for any reason, any season. You can even set it out in the kitchen to jot down quick notes or write down a quick recipe that you may want to file later. This is so multifunctional and it's just so cute, and we are going to make this today. And here is what we're going to need for today's project. We are going to need some chipboard, and we'll need 3 pieces that measure 1.5 by 5. And on 2 of the pieces on the raw edges, I have painted those because they will be showing. Then we're going to need a piece of chipboard that measures 3 by 5, a piece of chipboard that measures 5 by 6, a piece of paper for the liner that measures 10.5 by 3/4. We will need an outside piece that measures 6 by 12. And then finally, we have 2 side piece covers that measure 2 by 12. Okay, so I am going to bring in my 6 by 12 paper, and I've decided that I want this beautiful blue with pink roses to be the outside. So I am going to flip this over, and both sides of this paper are equally as gorgeous. The paper that I'm using is the English Garden Collection by Craft Consortium, and it's hand illustrated by Hackney and Company, and it's just full of the most beautiful rose and floral prints, just absolutely gorgeous. And I am going to take my 5 by 6 piece of chipboard and lay it down, and if it's facing you, then you're laying it down with the 6 inches going this way. And then I'm going to come back with one of my 1 1/2 by 5-inch pieces, and it'll be the piece that I didn't add any paint to, and I am going to place that down using about 1/8 of an inch in spacing, and then I'll come back with my 3 by 5 piece and place that down using about 1/8 of an inch in spacing. And now we can just fold this over on all 4 sides, and we can come back and miter cut. And then I'll come back with my 1/2 inch tape, and all I'm going to do is take my tape, place it down on all 4 sides of this paper, and then I'll lift it up, and I'm going to fold over my edges, burnish it down, and I'll do this on all 4 sides. Okay, so now that we've got our edges folded over, I've got my tape down, I'm going to go ahead and come back with my reptile glue, place some glue along the liner piece, and again, this liner piece measures 10.5 by 4 3/4. And then I'm going to take this, get it nice and centered on my board, and then I'll lay it down. I'll come back with my paper towel, and we'll go ahead and get this nice and stuck down first, and then I can come back with my bone folder and work my glue in. So now we can place our side piece, and I have my 1 1/2 by 5" piece and then my 2 by 12" piece of paper, and I'll simply place this down like that, and then I'll come back and trim off my excess paper. And now I can come back with my glue, and I'm going to place just a little bit of glue on this paper, or on the chipboard rather. And I am going to get this stuck down. And now I'll come back and trim off all of the overhanging paper. And I've already done my second one, so now we get to put this together. So all I'm going to do is take my glue, and I am going to place glue on the side where I've got it painted, but I'm not going to go all the way up. So I'm going to go up about 3 inches, and I'm just eyeballing it, and then I'll be placing glue on the remaining 2 edges that are not covered by paper. And this is a technique and a process that you guys have seen me use quite a bit lately, because it's a very quick way of putting together a box. So all I'm going to do at this point is just fold up the front, and then I can bring the back up, and then I can come back like this and just slide it over so it's where I want it to be. And your placement is totally up to you. So then I'm going to hold this, and I'll go on the back side, and then we'll let that dry for just a moment, and we'll do the other side. Okay, so now that this side is dry enough for us to handle, we'll do the same thing on the other side. All right, guys, so everything is dry, and now what I'm going to do is I am simply going to place some flat back pearls on the bottom of this. You can go a lot more fancier if you want to with the metal feet, but on this one, I'm just going to place a flat back pearl. Okay, so once we have our pearls on, we're going to go ahead and place down some lace, and I'm just putting the lace on because I think that it's pretty and it is feminine. So what I'm going to do is take just a little bit of hot glue, put it right there in the corner, and then I'm going to center my lace, lay down one piece right there in that hot glue, just like that. And then I'll take my hot glue and apply just a little bit right there on the back piece, just like that. And I'm going to pull this around to the back. And then I'll come back here. And this time I'm going to place just a little bit of hot glue on the lace itself. And I am going to pull this very tight and get it stuck down. Now I can come around to this side, and I'm going to be pulling tight. I'm going to add some glue right here. I'm going to pull this very tight and get that stuck down. And then I'll do the same thing over here. So I'm going to add some glue right here. I'm going to take my lace, bring it into the glue, and then I'll pull it tight, and then I'll be able to come back with my glue and just place it on the actual lace itself, and we're going to get this stuck down. You can do this with wet glue as well, but I wanted to go ahead and do it with hot glue so that we could actually get it done pretty quick. And then I'll stick that piece down. And the hot glue does not show. I mean, as you guys can see, you can't see it. So then I'm going to come back with a piece of ribbon, and I am going to take just a little drop of hot glue, place it in the back, take my ribbon, position it down in the middle of that hot glue and the lace, and now I can bring this around just like this. I'll wrap my ribbon around here in the front and tie myself just a tiny little bow. And then when I have my bow the way that I want it, I am going to take just a little bit of hot glue, place it there, and then I'll take a flat back, place it on top, and I think that just adds some cuteness and some feminine flair. I think it's just so adorable. So I'll bring in my papers, and each kit will include 50 sheets of pre-cut paper, and it will measure 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then I will have a belly band that will also be included. And all I'm going to do is take this belly band and just wrap it around my paper. And I'm just doing this because it gives it a pretty closure. That is the only reason why I'm doing this. I'm pretty sure that when whomever gets this, they will immediately take that belly band off and start using the paper. So all I'm doing is wrapping the belly band around. I am going to take my glue, put some glue on the actual belly band itself, bring it up, and I'm making it as tight as I can, and then I'm going to get this stuck down. And then I'll come back with my bone folder, and we'll get this smooth out. Then I'm going to come back with my glue, and I'm just going to add 3 little pearls just for cute accents on this belly band. And then once our pearls are dry, we can bring this back in, place it inside, and you guys can see just how cute this is. You could actually, if you wanted, you could bling this out more, but I think that in this case, what we have here is perfect. It's gorgeous. It's so feminine, but it doesn't have to be, because if you change the papers, you can very easily turn this from feminine to masculine. But for the sake of me making this, because I love to make feminine things, I went with the feminine look for this. So I hope that you guys have liked this project. And if you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. You guys, have a great day. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.